What's up, guys? Welcome to another Talking Bull podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Anthony, along with Nick. We are here to bring you your weekly nerd news rundown, as long as our main topic is good, we will have it. It's not. This week we're going to be talking about Bond, first experiences, and anything along with Bond, kind of. Given
we'll fill time.
We'll fill time, trust me. Given
it's
all the stuff that goes on with Bond this week, we'll have some news and things like that for you. So I'd like to start off by thanking everyone who watched the videos that went up this week. Our podcast last week. Batman says thank you. Or Batman with a even more raspy voice than normal.
Yep. Yeah. He has a cold.
Had you? Where are they? As well as our Layers of Fear Let's Play. I really enjoyed that. As I was editing, I actually watched a good chunk of it again because it's actually really funny watching us get scared. Mm-hmm. So thank you for that. Thank you for all the people that have went to Instagram and followed us and liked it and looked at the 11 pictures I've put up on there. What else we got? I'm trying to remember all the things that we're supposed to do at the beginning of a podcast.
Follow us.
Yes, thank you.
Comment, follow, subscribe.
Comment, follow, subscribe.
Yep, comment, follow, subscribe.
There you go. That's our mantra. I'm sticking that as many places as I remember it to.
Stick it in everywhere.
There you go. That's what you do. This week I was actually pretty good. I remembered to post everywhere.
Yeah, I went on Facebook and posted them and reshared them.
We posted everything everywhere this week. We did really
good. Got back on the ball.
Yeah.
We kind of slacked for a week.
Exactly. We're trying to get used to the social media thing.
Yeah.
Neither of us usually post anything.
We're not big social media people.
We have it. We just follow everyone else's.
Yeah. I couldn't give a fuck about posting on any, personally my stuff. I'm just, not a huge fan of it. I just don't care.
Yeah. So we were like, hey, let's start a podcast where we do that.
Yeah.
Again, we mentioned in the first episode, we just kind of went with it.
Very impulse-based. No thought put into it at all.
And it doesn't show. I think we do a phenomenal job.
We definitely mask it, except when we keep telling everyone.
Yeah. I don't know why we keep telling people. Hey, we're terrible. Anyways, I'd just like to thank you all once again. Please continue to comment, follow, subscribe on all of our various social medias. I will give you the links at the end because I want to. And that's when I edit it and actually put it in the video. And all the fancy new crafts right here. Woo. Anyways, moving on to the news before we ramble even more. We got some weird news that I didn't see anywhere else except for IGN.
I never saw it. Yeah, I never heard of this.
So apparently Shaft is getting a sequel, the 2000 reboot one. It's going to star Samuel Jackson once again, and apparently will have his son as well.
Played by Jesse T. Usher.
Who was in Independence Day Resurgence.
Okay.
So for all 4 of you people that watch that,
He's from there.
His character will be an FBI agent / cyber expert. So he will know how to use Twitter.
Yes. But at the start of the article, it mentions, and we both thought this was interesting, that it mentions Jackson starred in the 2000 reboot of the 1971 action classic, where he played the nephew of Richard Roundtree's original John Shaft. So he wasn't playing Shaft in the 2000 reboot, who's playing his nephew apparently, which I never caught.
Shaft. I did not.
I never caught
either,
that. No. I only watched the movie maybe once, and it was 2002. I don't even think I watched it when it came out.
I've watched it twice, and I just remember it's got Bale in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing a douchebag.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently Roundtree's in it as well.
Yeah.
The new one.
Yeah.
It looks to begin filming this fall. And it goes along with, I don't think we've ever talked about this, but it's just movies that pop up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's definitely one of these is just, what the, never heard anything of it. It's been 17 years. Is it even a sequel? It's one of those things where it's is it a sequel or is it an attempt at another reboot? Yeah. You're using the same character, but it's very much almost a reboot. Very similar to the whole Tron thing. I don't count Tron Legacy as a sequel.
Oh, I do.
25 years later, it's not a fucking sequel. Neither's this. As much as it's based on it, it's very much they're just trying to reboot the franchise by tying in the old stuff.
It's a re-sequel. It's a resequel. That's a word now. It actually is. People have said that. Yeah, it's re-sequel, re-prequel. Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what it is. It's not a sequel, but neither here or there. Splitting hairs. Whatever.
Basically. So that's our first story. That's random. It came out today.
Oh, that was today. Yeah,
that was
August
today,
8th.
yeah.
Well, was today the 18th? Yesterday.
Yesterday.
Today's the 19th.
Oh, okay. So it came out yesterday. I read it today. How's that? What do we got next here? We have... we'll stick with movies.
Yeah, we'll do movies.
Patty Jenkins close to closing a deal to direct Wonder Woman 2.
Yep.
Which makes sense. Given how much that movie has made, I'm not surprised. Jenkins has been fighting for a salary on par with her male directors in the wake of the film's success, which
Just
makes sense. Yeah, honestly.
Like, I read stuff like this, and there was a whole thing when Gal got, like, what she got for Wonder Woman and stuff. I'm like, that's just fucking bullshit.
And it turns out it was bullshit. Cadet got paid just as much as
Henry and
stuff.
Yeah. But someone hears it, and then they just run with it.
Well, what happened with that article was, like, it was, like, this weird outdated thing, and then people just picked it up and ran with it.
And then, like, another thing is, like, it mentioned it in the article was, like, just going to that Gal thing, was it mentioned in the article that she got paid X amount, which was, like, hundreds of thousands. It was, like, $400,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And it said in there, but unsure of back-end percentage.
Yeah.
Meaning, once the movie has made, like, what it has, like, the $800 million worldwide, she's getting a cut of that based on a percentage. So it's $400,000 to start plus $2 million or another million or so.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, like, she was getting more money than just what it initial contract was worth.
And that's a lot of times that's how it works anyways, because
the money makes money, you can get a cut of it.
Exactly.
The movie makes money,
usually with movies like this, they're unsure of how it will do.
Yeah.
So they're like,
which I understand by their fucking track record.
That's what happened with Star Wars, right? Lucas wanted one thing and they were like no, and he's like, okay, fine, I'll do this, and they gave up all the rights, and it turns out that thing is worth $4 billion when they do it. So the deal was finalized as of Thursday. If it goes through, she'll be the highest female paid director in Hollywood. And I mean, good for her.
It's
Wonder
going
Woman was
through,
great.
so she is.
Exactly.
Congratulations on you.
Yeah. Wonder Woman was fantastic. Yeah. You did a great job.
So fucking... I watched... we went to see Homecoming.
Yeah.
And they had Ragnarok as a preview.
Yeah.
And the Justice League one, but it was like the old one, not the new one that just came out from Comic-Con. Yeah. It was like that older one, where he starts on the horse and he goes to talk to Aquaman, makes the fish joke, that one. And but first time I actually seen the trailer on a big screen.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet on a big screen. I really want to see it.
Did you see, I have this article here if you want to, it's a movie one. So
yeah,
Silver and Black has a release date.
I saw that and I honestly went, I don't care.
I just thought it's another one that comes out February 8th, 2019.
Yeah.
So currently they have the 2019 schedule listed in this article.
Okay.
And it starts February 8th, Silver and Black. February 15th, Untitled X-Men.
Oh, they're still making those?
Yeah. March 8th, Captain Marvel. April 5th, Shazam. May 3rd, Avengers 4.
Okay.
June 7th, Untitled Fox film. So like some type of X-Men thing or whatever.
X-Force, right? Or maybe another Deadpool or something.
July 5th is Homecoming 2, whatever they end up calling it.
I don't think it'll be called
Homecoming 2. No, but it just says Spider-Man Homecoming sequel.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just saying.
And then December 13th is Wonder Woman 2, which we just talked about getting her thing. So that's a pretty stacked year. Plus, I'm pretty sure there possibly will be another DC film in that mix, because there's one in April and one in December.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure they have another date, but it's not listed in here. But they had one in like June or July.
So on that line, they said that Shazam, I guess, is the next one to start.
It starts filming. Yeah. Like they had it kind of confirmed before Comic-Con, and then they reconfirmed it again recently. I had an article
this week. It was basically just like it's starting.
It's the next article. One to get filmed. So I was just going to mention, I won't read the article, but it's the next one to go into production. I'm going to say we'll have casting soon.
Oh, probably
within the month. I'd say definitely 100% before like Halloween.
Oh, definitely
before Halloween. I predict sometime in September we'll have the actor reveal, because I think it goes into production in February.
Is there something where they could announce a cast? And the
only next big one, if they wanted to wait,
is New York
Comic-Con, which is early October.
Yeah.
So again, still going before Halloween, which
Yeah.
is my latest of prediction would be definitely before Halloween, possibly just before New York, which is early October.
Yeah, might be then.
Um,
Yeah, they don't. Do they wait till they normally just announce it?
They
Eh?
usually, they normally just put it out like
Yeah.
put out a press release for it. But if they wanted the hype leading into it, like I don't say they would announce it at Comic-Con, but maybe a few days before.
Yeah.
Or just
Leading
knowing
into-
them, they do it a few days fucking after, which I never understand why they wait until
'Cause
like
they're
2 days after.
Stupid, yeah.
Like they did with they just did that with what did DC just announce after fucking Comic-Con? They announced,
Was it Rock Shazam?
was it Shazam being the next film, or it was it was the Wonder Woman date. It was the Wonder
yeah, you're
Woman
right.
2
Okay.
release date.
Yeah.
They announced 2 days after Comic-Con. Why the fuck did you wait? Like,
One, do it during the panel you
Yeah, do it
had, or do it before.
Yeah.
Don't do it after.
Yeah,
Because
that's
afterwards, everyone's trying to like gather all the news and make sure everything
it was
wasn't missed.
like
and-
2 days
yeah.
after they is when they announced the date for thing.
Yeah, really stupid.
I have this. I don't know if you want to. I saw that. This one's just funny. We might want to put up this picture to show it.
Which is that? Is that just
It's just the poster for Homecoming.
okay?
It is because it was just this article, and it said that that this picture was produced from Tom falling asleep on set.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like he's in that.
He's in the suit, he's in
Yeah.
the jacket, and has the headphones on. He had fallen asleep, and one of the guys just took a picture of it, and then
So that's an actual photo then.
yeah, which is weird because it doesn't look like one.
No,
Like,
we've been hyping on this thing for like
they must
months.
gloss it up like crazy.
Yeah,
because
that-
it doesn't
yeah.
totally look like a photo, but
So that's just him.
it is him
Yeah.
sleeping on like a box of
Oh,
something.
that's cool,
You know,
yeah,
like
I'll
he just
throw
fell
that
asleep
up
on
here.
a table or whatever. It mentions in here where he fell asleep on. Maybe.
That's cool.
But he had fallen asleep, and then like
So why does it look
months
so
later,
goddamn fake?
Yeah, months later he saw this poster and was like, "Hey, that's the poster that I was." So he's sound asleep in that still.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll throw that picture up again because that's just. It's a nice picture.
Mm-hmm.
It's just weird that it doesn't have like. It just looks fake as all hell.
Yeah. What else did I have here? Did you want to move into the Deadpool and just get that?
We'll do this and then we'll do Deadpool and lead
Okay,
into
so-
the other thing. So Star Wars this
Obi-Wan,
week
yes.
announced that in the works supposedly is a standalone Obi-Wan Kenobi film, and apparently a possible director in talks to do the film.
Stephen Daldry?
Yeah. I don't know about him.
Yeah, I don't know who he is. I'm not.
Oh, we did directed Bailey Elliott. It's right here.
Oh, okay. And yeah. I've never seen the movie.
I haven't either. I'm just laughing because like we were just like, we'll just read the headlines and go with it, and then we go into the article and don't actually do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're idiots.
Updating.
Yeah, it's updating. But yeah, so that's really all the news. They're developing or they're overseeing the script, and
I'm assuming it's
stuff.
the one that replaces the Boba Fett one.
Yeah. A while ago they announced 3 side stories for Star Wars. We already have the one which was Rogue One. We have the other one right now, which is taping, which is Solo, which may never come out or is going to be long delayed. I would assume it's at this point. And then
Not
this
possibly
one,
this.
This one, which was the canceled. They had announced Boba Fett, but they decided
The
to go
Boba
with
Fett
this.
one was the one that was going to go to Trank,
Yeah,
right? But after Fantastic Four.
they scrapped that everything. Which good call.
Yeah.
Some of these Star Wars things are kind of fascinating.
I
just
haven't
given
seen
what happens.
Rogue One. I mean
Rogue
to watch it.
Rogue
It's on
One is
Netflix,
great. Yeah,
but-
it's really good. I really liked it. The way that it ties into the first movie being the fourth movie. So we have kind of some sad news we wanted to address. During the taping of Deadpool 2, a stunt woman crashed her motorcycle during a failed stunt on
the set.
the set. Some morning. I'm sorry, I don't have the actual date on here. But I have Ryan's condolences.
Yeah, like his tweet.
You have the woman's name, correct?
Yeah. It says Deadline has learned that the deceased was named Joy S.J. Harris, who is billed as the first African-American female professional road racer. As we figured, she was doubling as Domino's character for the motorcycle sequence, which was actually her first official movie stunt. Reynolds sent out the following statement below in response to his tragic events.
So, as he put, today we tragically lost a member of our crew while filming Deadpool. We are heartbroken, shocked, and devastated, but recognize nothing can come close to the grief and unexpected pain for the family and loved ones must feel in this moment. My heart pours out to them along with each and every person she touched in this world. That sucks. Our condolences to her family and her loved ones. It's an unfortunate accident. We stated a few podcasts ago that stunt people don't, for the most part, get the recognition they deserve. Because for the most part, for any time you see like an actor doing a big stunt, it is their stunt person. So just remember they're also in the movie. And a lot of times when you do see them, it is their stunt person. So,
following stunts, did you hear about Tom?
Yes. Tom was injured on the set of Mission Impossible 17. So they said he kept, from a few articles I saw, it said that he kind of just like walked it off like a champ.
Yeah, everyone put out the video when it happened. Like I saw a clip of it, and he's running from like one building to the other, right?
Yeah.
And he's jumping, and it looks like he doesn't make the jump, and everyone was implying that was that was the fuck up, that he didn't make the jump. He wasn't supposed to make the jump. Jump was supposed to that he was like misses and then had to pull himself back up.
Okay.
That was true.
Yeah.
He's supposed to not make the jump. But when he was running, he hit the wall so hard that he shattered his ankle.
Ow.
And during production on the latest Mission Impossible film, Tom Cruise broke his ankle while performing a stunt. Production will go on hiatus while Tom makes a full recovery, and the film remains on schedule to open July 27th, 2018. Tom wants to thank all of us for concern and support, and can't wait to share the film with everyone next summer. They've stopped production for 6 weeks to possibly 3 months to give Cruise ample time to recover. However, the delay may lead to another complication in the near future, as co-stars Rebecca Ferguson, Simon Pegg, and Henry Cavill all currently have projects lined up to start filming as soon as Mission Impossible wraps. So he might be Mr. Mustachio for a bit longer if he has to keep that into his next movie too, type of thing. I wonder how that works. Like, let's say, okay, go with me on this. Mustachio goes back, does Superman. Let's say so the studio has to, like, would you say who has to flip the bill for that? Just go with me on this. Because that one seems like it's Justice League's, we'll say Warner Brothers' fault, because they're taking longer with their shoots.
Yes.
But now, so let's say he had another movie filmed after with fucking Sony. It didn't matter who it was with.
I believe
would Paramount have to flip the bill to Sony to digitally remove his stash?
I believe so.
I think I'd fucking ask for it, because he has to keep the stash for your movie.
Depending on the movie, they might just delay it. Like Simon Pegg, I'm very curious to see what he's doing.
Yeah,
next.
I don't know. It just says Simon Pegg and currently have projects lined up to start filming once Mission Impossible 6 commenced, and it was. And I was just curious, like when I read that, I was like, I wonder if there's like a contingency where, like, okay, Paramount, let's say Cavill's going to Sony to do a fucking movie, whatever it is.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. But he's going there. He has to keep the stash to go do reshoots on, or finish production on Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Would Paramount then have to give Sony money so that they can digitally remove his stash from his new movie, because it was their fault that he has to keep it?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Or they might just delay it. It might be cheaper to delay it. Who knows?
Wait for him. I have no idea. But I was just curious. Like, I wonder if there's like a way around that, or like you have to find like. Yeah. He can keep the stash.
This will fall into their reshoot schedule, and then they just can't fuck anything up.
Maybe. I don't know. But yeah, so he got hurt this week too. Shattered his ankle hitting a wall.
Ouch. That sounds painful.
Yeah.
So we will move on to not more on good news. Ric Flair this week was hospitalized. He was having heart-related issues. He went in for surgery, and he's resting at home now. but at one point his condition worsened and he was placed in a medically induced coma. So they were really worried about him. I hope he gets better. He's 68 years old. He's been around for a long time.
He's only 68?
Yeah.
Holy fuck. He looks horrible. I thought at least
he's
78.
looked the same since 68. Like, just his stretched out skin is basically the only difference.
His fried chicken body is just like...
like, he has looked the same since then.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have ever watched wrestling, you know the woo of Ric Flair. He's been around a really long time. We wish him a full recovery. Yeah, that's it. He seems to be doing better now is the reason why we're all kind of nonchalant about it, but it did seem like he may have passed,
there.
before that. But I'm glad he's better now, and it's good for them. It's good, as they say. That doesn't want to close. What else we got on here? Okay, so
are we gonna go to TV or because I got two movie things.
Okay, we'll stick with the we'll stick with the movies and then we'll move on to TV.
I just got this, and it was an interview from William Dafoe.
Okay.
About Aquaman.
Yeah.
And I just want to. So he's asked about his character, and he's like more mentor and advisor to Arthur Curry and all this stuff.
Yeah.
But what I thought was interesting was they talk about like how the filming is going, like physically, like how are you filming the movie underwater? And he said that most of the scenes are underwater, some are not, but we're not actually under the water, but we are in harnesses and on wires. So they are being suspended to be, and then the water's put in digitally.
Oh, okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I read somewhere, in like I won't say where, but telepathy for conversations.
Okay.
Is going to be how they work around, how they're talking to one another.
Okay.
So you won't see their mouth move, and then essentially they're just staring at each other, and you hear all their voices. I don't know where I stand on that. Seems a little. I'd have to see it.
Seems unnecessary.
Again, but like how are they, but again, they're underwater.
If you didn't tape underwater, you could just film.
Yeah.
Like, because now,
we talked
now
about
you have to
week.
like act and then go record your dialogue.
Yeah.
It just seems like a hell of a lot of work to film underwater.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. But yeah, and using the water as your surrounding, it's gonna. Like I said,
this movie's shaping up to be something.
Telepathy. So they'll just be staring at each other, and you hear their voices and stuff.
At least they got good actors.
Yeah.
Because like a bad actor can't pull that shit off. But
I'm curious.
I'm kind of nervous about this movie now.
I'm curious how it's gonna how it's gonna look.
Yeah.
I imagine we get the first trailer in November, or like a teaser in November with the league, but
if we don't, I'll be fucking surprised.
I'd assume we get something.
I'm a little skeptic on this movie now. I had saw that article, I didn't bother reading it because I don't know. I'm getting to the point where it's like way too much news for everything. Just put shit out already.
Did you see that Netflix is trying to keep kind of moving into TV? Was Netflix is trying to keep their deal with Disney?
Yeah, we talked about that last week.
That they're trying to keep it?
Yeah.
I thought that came out this week.
No, it came out last week. We talked about it at the end of the stuff.
Oh, okay.
They're trying to keep their TV deals in place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Star Wars and Marvel films past 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we talked about that too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So staying on that, Netflix and Marvel, moving on to TV news, we have the upcoming miniseries The Punisher has a first trailer. Now, it's currently only viewable as a post-credit scene after the final of the Defenders series.
So if we just went to the last episode, could we watch it?
Yeah, you could just scroll to the end and see it, yeah. That's the only way to watch it right now. They haven't put it out in any other format. But we do have a brief description of what the trailer is, so we'll just read it for you, because I haven't watched The Defenders yet. It's on my list. Maybe we'll do a reacts once that's done, or add it to next week's podcast. But on that note, the trailer includes a montage of images what appears to be Frank Castle's tragic former life, as he pounds his logo into the concrete floor with a sledgehammer.
So, We seen him in Daredevil.
Yes.
Thought it was really good.
Yes.
The more I've seen like a few things or like just interviews and comments about the series.
Yeah.
I'm like kind of indifferent about it.
I'm not. I'm pumped. I love the Punisher.
I'm like, I don't know if it's gonna be good.
But even shitty Punisher is good. Like, look at I'm probably gonna get this wrong. 2004 Punisher movie.
Which one?
Travolta
Thomas
and
Jane.
Thomas Jane.
Yeah.
Not a great movie. Still a good Punisher movie.
I guess.
Its technical sequel with is it Ray Stevenson?
Ray Stevens, yeah.
Not a great movie. Still pretty cool.
Yeah, I guess. So like, yeah.
The only one that's
like,
bad is that one from the 70s with Dolph Lundgren.
I'm just like, I don't know. I'm like, I was really pumped, but like, there's just something about it that I'm like, I wonder how it's gonna be, how it's gonna play out, like how it like.
I assume
I'm
he'll be
curious.
doing some sort of mission now with some flashbacks to his past life.
Yeah, I don't want to see too many more flashbacks though. We got a lot of that in fucking Daredevil.
I don't think
they'll.
Frank's thing will probably not be a lot because it just might be the gun down of his thing. It might be like a Batman thing where like you see his parents die or his family die and that's it. But I'm intrigued for it. I'm actually really pumped for it.
Is he in Defenders? He wasn't.
No, he's not in
He's
Defenders.
not in Defenders.
When do we have a release date for that?
I thought we've looked it up before.
We did. I don't remember. November. I'm gonna go with November.
I want to say November.
I want to say November.
It is
too.
this year.
It's a lot of shit in November, man. So sticking with TV, do we have anything else in TV? I do. I have this story here about the so Game of Thrones, as you guys have known, we've been reporting it. I like that I say that as if people watch it. It's fun. So as you guys have known, we've been reporting that the leaks coming from Game of Thrones and HBO and all that other stuff, they've been leaking various things. HBO this week leaked its own shit.
Yep.
Because, whoops.
Why not?
So, they leaked episode 6? Yeah, episode 6.
Which is the one that's supposed to air tomorrow?
Yes. They accidentally put it out on their Brazil, Mexico, and one other place HBO Go apps by mistake. And because of that, it is now, again,
it's everywhere.
It's one of the most pirated things on the internet now. And Game of Thrones, this is crazy. Game of Thrones is the most pirated TV show of all time, but still manages to get the highest ratings. It's crazy.
Something doesn't add up there. One of them have to be lying, I think. Like, how can the show? I'm just going. Let's say 10 million pirated things, and then another like 8 million views or 15 million.
Go with me on this. Hypothetically, you cannot watch, for the most part, HBO. You cannot watch Game of Thrones in most places without a lot of this stuff,
yes,
right?
So it has to
So
be
let's
pirated.
just say that's American numbers. A good chunk of that is American numbers not pirating that. The other half would be everyone else. The pirated stuff. That would be like Canada and
Europe.
Canada.
And,
Because, So
wherever
it
else.
does make sense if you think about it. Because, like, in the States, that would be their viewership for the most part. Because we don't get, at least here for the most part, it's really hard to get HBO stuff without watching it through 85 cable channels.
As we talked about.
Yeah. Allegedly. I'm going to call one of these podcasts Allegedly. So, continuing on with that, the Indian police have arrested 4 people suspected with the leaking of the previous episode beforehand. Apparently some TV network. Yeah, apparently these people worked at a technology agency that managed data for Star India, and they leaked it. So it was within a source of their own ability to take it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a guy hacking into
Who hacked
HBO.
into it, yeah. It was someone who had access to it.
They released a whole bunch of shit, and they wanted a bunch of money, which HBO refused to, and they leaked the stuff. Yeah, despite the leak of episode 4, The Spoils of War, it set a new record for HBO, pulling in 10.2 million viewers simply for the live airing.
So 10.2 million viewers watched it live.
Yes.
And then, like,
85 million people
download it.
Yeah.
Like, it's just...
It's big show, man.
It's crazy.
It is. It's crazy to think that you think a show that, for the most part, is the highest pirated show would not also be the highest rated show.
So it shows that if the show is good, though, that piracy doesn't always affect it.
No, which this is the case, which is good.
People will still watch it if you make good quality shows.
Exactly. So make good shit and people won't steal it. That's the point we're making. I stand by that point. You got anything else for TV? That's it for me for TV.
No, I'm pretty good. Like, this is nothing. These are nothing.
Okay, so we have some nothing stories. So we're moving on to, we have 2 comic book stories. So Spider-Man 2, the comic book, which is the Spider-Man 2, which is the crossover stories with Miles and Parker. Finally answered the 5-year-old mystery of what happened when Peter read about the 616 version of Miles. Now, if you have no idea what I just said, that's okay.
Because it literally was nothing.
Because it was literally nothing. He was talking to Miles, and he said, yeah, I didn't find anything. Which is bullshit, because we know Miles is like... He's a villain in the universe. We've seen him. He's like a bad guy.
Yeah.
But, like, we don't know who he is type of thing.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's bullshit. He was obviously just lying.
Yeah.
Like...
I read it because I was like, I don't read the book, but I know what they're talking about. I was like,
I did read the first book.
I'm gonna read the spoiler. Like, I don't. Like, I'm curious. Like, what it's the deal? And I read it, and I read the pages, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I was like, they're just dragging us along. They're gonna, hide the answer for like another 4 fucking issues, or I don't know how long that series is, but right up till the end.
I just remembered we totally forgot to do something before we started this.
What was?
So the second bit of comic book news is digital provider Mediafire is adding a bunch of DC comics. And what's big about this is it's their biggest acquisition ever to Madefire. And they're adding 80,000 comics, past and present, for DC. And they're adding Dark Knight's Metal, which is actually a current running series right now. That's kind of crazy. Madefire is an app that has like its own publishing branch. You can make your own comics there, as well as they have Archie, IDW, Boom, Dynamite, Titan, Valiant, and some other ones on there that you can read. We totally meant to read into this.
I wasn't going to do it before the show. I had no intention of doing it before the show.
I meant to, just so I knew what the hell it was. But that's pretty cool.
That's more extensive research to figure out.
Yeah. It's just cool to see that these smaller ones, I would say, are adding big name books. Like, you have the smaller indie ones, Archie, IDW.
I just want to throw out that you just searched it on IGN.
I didn't think it would search it from IGN. I clicked on Madefire because I thought it would go to like
a Google page
or
their website.
But no, it opened up a search with an IGN for Madefire and had
like,
nothing
weird.
of use.
Like, yeah, it's like that. It's article there's 4 years old.
Thanks, Thing. That was incredibly helpful to
Yeah, you're gonna have to Google that separately.
Yeah. So if you want, I'm actually kind of interested in this now because I want to see the Boom comics that they have on there because I want to read the Power Ranger comics that are out right now because they're
Turtles is IDW
and Turtles is IDW and Archie is it did have Sonic but now it doesn't. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. It is a free app. But I'm assuming there's a paid
like
prescription
buy
on
stuff
it.
or something.
So I'm going to look into this because I want the ability to read comics. Plus, if it's got DC's Dark Knight Metal on there, which I want to read because
I'm curious. Like we talked about before, is like getting something that allows me to get all my books in one place.
Yeah.
And more subscription based. I don't want to buy books singly.
No, I don't either.
Let me pay an X amount of dollars to give me so many books to download and that type of thing. Yeah.
This just this seems like that might be it.
Maybe we're gonna look into it.
Yeah, and even we'll update you maybe if we remember. But it's got a lot of older stuff too. That might be kind of cool. Go back and read stuff. So we'll see. We'll update that for you. Just thought we'd break the news because it was kind of cool to have. That is it for comic book news. There was a big thing about Marvel's Legends, but it was just a bunch of interviews and you had to go dig for information.
Right there.
Which, God knows we don't do that. So we have a little bit of game news here. So there was a trailer this week for the new Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I thought it was pretty cool because they are different versions of Sun and Moon. Different storyline, different Pokemon. But in the trailer, there was a tease for the Kanto region, which for those of you who haven't played Pokemon or have no idea what that is, I didn't remember what it was either until I read the article. It is the area of the very first Pokemon game, so Red, Blue, and Yellow.
Like where it took place?
Where it took place. They did have a version of it in the second generation of Pokemon, which is like the immediately game after. But we haven't been there and able to play and walk around and catch anything since Gen 2. So if this is like I don't want to say HD. It's a 3DS version of Kanto. That'd be pretty cool to walk back. And if it's like the same layout, just upgraded,
yeah,
that would be kind of cool to be able to do. I know some of the games like in the newer ones.
What is it with them always releasing games now, re-releasing old games on newer platforms? Why is that a thing now?
Because they make money. Like either the remastered or just releasing a game makes them money. And we are both victims of this. Crash, GTA.
I don't have either of those on PS4.
You have GTA on there.
Do I have GTA?
Yeah. 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have the old ones, yeah. Yeah.
People will buy shit if you put it out.
I
bought Return to Arkham.
Yeah.
That was fucking awesome. Crash, the remaster collection, made a
I
shit
guess it's
ton of
because
money.
they don't allow playback, so this is the only way to get it is to redo
Basically,
it.
yeah. If you want to hook up an old console and shit.
Yeah.
Like in November, they're releasing silver and gold just the way they are, which I think is kind of cool. Last year they released red, blue, and yellow just the way they are. And if you do it cheap too, people don't care. Like they're $10.
Oh, okay.
So for $10, you get the old game.
Yeah.
And you don't have to like use a fucking Game Boy to do it. Fine. And it takes up zero space because it's like a megabyte.
Yeah,
like
it's really small.
Yeah. Like look at what GTA 3 is like. What 80 megabytes on a console? It's like nothing. The game was a bitch to control, but other than that, like people like stuff they used to play.
I guess. Yeah.
Like if they released GoldenEye on anything, we would both buy that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to buy the 64 Mini.
Yeah.
And following GoldenEye.
Yeah. And then we have a release date for We Happy Few. We talked about that in our one of our reacts, I believe. It's that game where everyone takes these pills to be happy. This one guy stops taking his pills. He sees the world as it truly is.
I remember this.
It's been on Xbox for a while in like early access type of thing. But
how is it doing?
Well. Yeah.
Okay.
And we weren't sure if it was coming to any other thing, but they put out a trailer and a release date on Thursday. It will launch on PS4, Xbox One, PC, for those of you who actually play PC games. In April, which is pretty awesome. A little far away, but I guess they just wanted to put out a release date because it's been a really long time since they announced it. But game looks good. Game looks fun. I want to play it. Another story I didn't put on here, but we're always talking about long delays and things that get canceled. We talked a while about Scalebound, that Xbox game that got canceled with the dragons. They delayed Crackdown 3 again until April
of 18.
This game was announced in 2014. So again, Xbox does not have a big exclusive for their console. And they've They canceled the Fable game. They closed that studio. They canceled Scalebound. They closed another exclusive studio. The only thing they have coming out that's an exclusive anytime soon is Franza. And then later on, they have Halo Wars 2.
Yeah.
That's it. They've already put out all their exclusives, and they're just kind of chugging their way through.
This year.
This year, yeah. They're just trying to chugging their way through. So I just thought that was kind of fascinating that Xbox has delayed another exclusive game. And, like, people were saying, like, oh, it's good that they'll have, like, that game will be really polished. But usually when it comes to, like, long delays like this, the game is going to suck.
Yeah, the wait hurts the hype.
Yeah.
And it's like, we're not going to play it when it comes out.
It's not Final Fantasy 15 or Final Fantasy 7 Remake or fucking Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
Hey, we finally get that game. It's only been 15 years. I don't think it's coming out. No. I'll just skip that story. Okay, so the big news for this week. Daniel Craig has finally confirmed he is playing Bond. Finally.
Yep.
After months of speculation of everyone else saying he is Bond, whether it be the director, the studio, some guy from Showtime, Bob down the street, anyone, Daniel Craig was like, yeah, I'm playing Bond.
Yeah, I'm coming back.
He's like, I always intended to come back. I just needed a break. Well, then why did you say you'd rather slit your wrist
That was
than
taken
come
out
back
of context, though.
I know,
Watch
just-
the fucking video,
I
and
know,
you
I'm
can
just-
tell that he's making a very ill-timed joke.
Very ill-timed. But it's just fun. He's like, I always intended to. I just needed time to relax.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine, dude. Next time, just say that. Like that's
Make
crazy.
it easier on everyone.
Yeah. So as far as we know, it seems he's back for this one.
I heard it was still possible that he did two.
Rumor has it he's doing two. Which
Like, because they offered him a fuck ton of money to do those two movies, like 25 and 26. And
I'd do it.
in a heartbeat.
Probably less than a
So
heartbeat.
I'd imagine that the offer was still from them that they wanted two movies, especially
Yeah.
because he's done something that the other that hasn't happened with these movies, and he's made them extremely popular
He's
in the
brought
sense of like up to another level of popularity.
he brought Bond back to the mainstream.
Yeah.
So like the first this is kind of just leading into our topic.
Yeah, I'm
talking about Bond and whatnot. So Pierce Brosnan's first Bonds, Goldeneye, and I think Tomorrow Never Dies, big movies. And then they kind of just fell to the wayside.
Then he did Tomorrow Never Dies. He did The World Is Not Enough, and he he did a fourth one.
with Halle Berry, right?
I don't remember which ones are which.
I don't either.
Yeah, I'll just pull up a list.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can remember it. He did Tomorrow Never Dies, The World Is Not Enough, and I cannot think of the name of the damn movie. Because Quantum of Solace just keeps doing this in my head. I'm like, no, that's not a movie.
It's not the movie you're looking for.
No, it's not. He's not the movie you're looking for. Oh, what the hell is the name of that movie? Quantum of Solace, Skyfall. Oh, I can't think of the damn movie. I just like you have to scroll so many because there's so many movies.
Yeah.
It's the last one with Barry. Unless I'm missing one in between that and The World Is Not Enough was his.
So he started with Goldeneye.
Yeah.
Tomorrow Never Dies.
Yeah.
The World Is Not Enough.
Yeah.
Die Another Day.
Die Another Day. That's it. Because the Madonna song. That terrible, terrible Madonna song.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he did those first two and everyone kind of liked them. Brought back Bond to the mainstream. There was that kind of game that everyone liked.
There was the last one was License to Kill in 89.
Yeah.
And then Goldeneye was 95. So there was 6 years between the two.
Yeah. Because, like, no one was watching Bond films. Like, they kind of got...
It fell off the wagon a
Yeah.
bit.
So he brought it back again, which was cool. And then again, people stopped watching it after the other ones, and they were like, okay, these are kind of a joke now.
They got
and then,
really...
And then they stopped. So what's the year gap between those?
So Die Another Day was 2002.
Yep.
And then the best one, Casino Royale, 2006. So it was only 4 years.
Oh, okay. That's still kind of a big gap.
Still a big gap, but not
not
like massive.
Yeah, not 50-year Doctor Who gap.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then he that was
huge. So like, I had never seen the Pierce Brosnan movies growing up.
Yeah.
Never wanted to watch them. I played Goldeneye on 64. That was my extent of fucking Bond. I was like, and I played the other one. I think they had another one for like one of the other. Each movie had a game. I played them, you know, like.
And then there's subsequent
ones for Sony and stuff like that, you know. But I remember watching the trailer for Casino Royale for the first time. Saw that trailer, I was like, I need to see this fucking movie. And we all went out and saw it, and it was so fucking
Plus,
good.
it has the best Bond song.
Oh, yeah. You Know My Name.
Yeah.
Awesome. Amazing song.
Chris Cornell.
Yep. Best song.
Yeah. Rest in peace. Yeah, that's... Oh, man. If you have not heard that song, you owe it to yourself to go listen to it. It is so good. And it talks about Bond in the theme. It's just... It's perfect. I'd say it's the perfect Bond song.
Yeah, it really is. But after I had watched Casino Royale and Quantum of Solace, I think I'd even watched Skyfall by this time.
Yeah.
So it was like 4 years ago. I went and started watching the other ones. So I went back. I watched Connery's. I've completed Connery's era. I watched...
he has now watched more Bond than I have.
I have watched Connery's. There's a few of them really good. Couple of them. I really like From Russia with Love. Really awesome. I really like Diamonds Are Forever. I had actually just watched that one the other day.
The funny thing about Russia from Love, that movie was so good, they redid it as a game.
As a video game, yeah.
With Connery.
Yeah. I would recommend... Okay, so... I did in between... So Connery does his movies.
Yep.
He misses one.
Yeah.
Comes back for Diamonds Are Forever, and that's his last one, right?
Yep.
The one he missed was On Her Majesty's Secret Service with George Lazenby.
Terrible movie.
Watch that movie.
Terrible.
Because I read the plot, little synopsis of it.
Yeah.
And there's talk that Bond 26 may be a remake of it. They may redo it. Plot-wise, sounds good. Don't think it would work as Bond 26 because they've already really used the storyline in Casino Royale. When I was watching the movie,
better film,
which is Vespa. He left. He was gonna leave because the whole idea is teased that Bond gets married and his wife gets murdered. That's what happens. Spoilers, big deal. Wife gets married.
The movie's 50 years old at this point.
He gets married. Wife gets murdered.
Yeah.
I'm watching it, and I'm like, I'm kind of watching it, going through the motions, whatever, and I'm realizing that like it wouldn't work as Craig's last film because a lot of it is Vespa from Casino Royale. That was her. Like he was the one who was gonna marry. He's the one that was gonna quit for her, like leave.
Spoiler: she did,
and then she doesn't make it.
No.
So, but watching George, that first of all, horrible fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
Although, Blofeld in the movie,
yeah,
probably the best one I've seen so far.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
He's actually really good in that movie. Different actor plays him every fucking time.
Yeah.
But the one in that movie, really good. But son of a bitch doesn't get married until the last 5 minutes and 40 seconds of the fucking movie.
I told you it's bad.
And then she gets murdered about 2 minutes later. They're driving down the street. They pull over. Blofeld rolls by on a car, pops her in the head. Kind of cool. She falls in his lap. A police officer comes up to the car, and he just says something like, "Oh, we're just taking a break because we have forever to be here. We're married." And he holds her hand up, and shows the ring or whatever. And then the movie just kind of fades. Like that's it. And I'm like, so the plot of the movie is like the plot that you put out, a synopsis, is the last 4.5 minutes of your fucking film. Like I was like, what the fuck? I watched this entire movie to see this fucking wedding and the wife get murdered, and it happens at the very fucking end. I was like, that's not a synopsis. How about all the part with the allergies and you trying to cure like everything else for the rest of the fucking movie?
I want to reiterate what you just said. I watched this entire fucking movie to watch his wife get killed.
Yes, because I thought it was going to be intriguing. I thought it was going to be like...
I wanted to make sure that was your exact wording on that. Okay.
I watched the movie because it does sound good.
Yeah.
That he gets, he finds that wife. He gets settled in. And
it's that whole revenge thing, right? Yeah.
But son of a bitch. And then Diamonds Are Forever, which is the next movie. Yeah. Connery comes back, opens up. You know how they do their pre-montage Bond? Yeah. So it literally starts off with him like hunting to find Blofeld, kills him. He thinks he kills him, but spoilers, he doesn't. But hunting to find Blofeld, and it's alluded at because of what just happened in the previous movie. It's not strongly alluded that he wants to kill him because he killed the wife. Yeah, but it's kind of tied in there, like implied like that, but not because it wasn't George, I think, and it was Connery again. They didn't fully commit to the idea that like
you just called him Connery.
Oh, I did.
Yeah, you combined his names.
Connery.
Connery.
But it wasn't. Yeah,
Connery.
It wasn't completely made clear whether or not that's why he was hunting him.
Yeah.
Anyways, but then I started Live and Let Die, which is Roger Moore's first one.
Yeah.
And I've read some things about this next era of films that I'm going to be watching. And I guess this is where shit hits the fucking fan. Mm-hmm. This is where the shark, what is it, jumping the shark, and the track goes off the fucking rails.
They go to the moon.
Yep. And
Moonraker.
So far, the first one isn't horrible. Roger Moore looks good.
Yeah.
But I have seen pictures of what is his last one, which is A View to Kill.
I heard that was really bad.
Yeah, and it's like that's roughly it's 12 years later from his first one.
Yeah.
He started these movies at like 48. So he ends up being almost 63 by the time it's done. Right?
He's the Ric Flair of Bonds.
And like I've seen the pictures, he doesn't look that good as the series goes on. He gets kind of bloated, gets kind of old and stuff. So it's gonna be interesting. I'm gonna fight my way through these because I wanna go back and watch all of them. I have watched the Pierce Brosnan ones. I have not watched the Connery ones.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch these. I'm
entering the Roger Moore era.
I've seen bits and pieces of a good chunk of these, but I haven't like fully sat through everything yet. Yeah. I have sat through all of Pierce's though, so yeah. I get that.
Yeah,
I give myself credit for that.
Yeah.
There is that crazy like rumor going around or a while ago, like a long time ago, that you know the movie The Rock with Sean Connery in it?
Yeah.
That he is actually playing James Bond in that movie.
I'd have to see it again. It's been years.
There's a line where he was like he's former SAS or whatever. Yeah, and he's that he is former Bond. It's kind of hinted at in the movie, and then everyone kind of picked it up and they kind of hinted at it. But yeah, it's like he is essentially old Bond in that movie.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. The Rock. On Alcatraz.
Yeah. I have seen it, but I remember watching it, like kind of when it came out.
I watched it a few months ago. That's the first time I ever watched it.
I watched it years ago, and
it's a good movie.
But at the time I hadn't heard this, so I haven't watched it. But I have heard this rumor in the last few years, but I haven't rewatched the movie to like see what.
I watched it. Like I said, I watched it a few months ago. That was the first time I actually watched it. It's fun to go back and like watch movies you've heard of but never actually watched. Like just to go off top, I watched Con Air a few months ago. That movie's great.
I've never seen it.
It's Nick Cage being Nick Cage. It's good. It's Nick Cage when Nick Cage was still crazy but good.
Yeah.
Like not current Nick Cage where he's just crazy. But that's my little tangent on that. But I've played I haven't seen most of the movies. Older ones. I have seen all the current ones and then Pierce's, and I've seen older like clips of stuff like that. But I have played a good chunk of Bond games.
Yeah,
and they range from like
okay to not
fantastic to like just craptastic.
What's fantastic?
Nightfire, Tomorrow Never Dies is pretty solid. Goldeneye is pretty good.
What was that one that came out a few years ago where it had like Craig and Connery in it?
I wanted to play that.
I heard it wasn't good.
Yeah, it was.
But I was like, how? Like
it was the Legends thing where he like it begins like Skyfall does. What's the last one?
Skyfall.
Where he gets
Spectre.
Spectre.
But
Skyfall
is where he dies.
So he gets shot off of the bridge like he does in the movie, and then it kind of like reimagines all of this stuff, but with Craig as Bond.
Yeah, but he's going back to like Diamonds Are Forever that had Connery, and he's doing that mission again.
He's doing all the different big Bond missions.
Yeah.
As Bond with Craig.
Which I'm like, that sounds fucking incredible.
Looked fantastic when we first saw it, and then apparently it was a dud.
Yeah.
But
you know what? Like, I'm sure like if we played it, we'd probably fucking like it.
Oh, probably. I should
get it.
I should look.
I'm intrigued to it.
I'm gonna look into it.
I'm gonna look this down.
If we do look into this, we should do a let's play. We'll look into this and we'll do a let's play for you guys.
So I wanted to play it when it came out, but yeah, I heard horrible reviews about it, and sometimes I shouldn't listen to them because I wanted to play it. Yeah. I was psyched for it.
For the most part, when it comes to franchises I like, I'll just play it anyways.
Yeah.
But when I'm kind of on the fence about stuff, I'll wait till there's a sale, or I just won't play it.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
So
I'm sure it's cheap now.
Lesson for the day, really. Just side tangent. We really keep rambling at the end of these topics now. Don't listen to reviews for the most part. Like, if you think you like something, check it out. Like, if you're very iffy about it, like, if you want to see a movie, let's say if you want to see a movie, wait till it comes out on like DVD or it hits Netflix or something.
Yeah.
If you want to play a game, wait till it's cheaper. Or like on a streaming type of service, like all the ones that are out there, or wait for a sale, or borrow it from someone, or pick it up from a pawn shop, wherever. But if you really want to see something, just go see it. If it sucks, then you know it sucks.
Yeah, make up your own mind.
Exactly.
Your own opinion.
Like if you have people that you like the reviews of, and for the most part agree with, go with that. There are a few people who I read the reviews on things that I'm like, okay, their opinion usually aligns with mine, so I'm not even going to bother.
Say,
Case in point, like the review for Amazing Spider-Man. The guy from IGN was annoyed that Spider-Man was making jokes. And I'm like, dude, have you seen a Spider-Man anything?
Yeah.
So, like, right there, that should be your clue that this guy is just reviewing it because he was told to.
Or, yeah, 100%.
Yeah. So, but yeah. Trust your instinct with stuff. If you see something you want to see, just check it out. It's not going to hurt anything. I always stand by the notion of see something before you bash it.
Yeah.
Then you have, like, because you don't have the right to, like, make fun of something or say it sucks if you haven't seen it. You can say, oh, I heard it sucked, or, like, this person said it sucked. But really, you don't know if it sucks or not. Like, another point, the recently rebooted Ghostbusters movie. That movie was fucking awful.
But you've seen it?
But I went and saw it, so I can say, hey, this movie sucked.
Yeah.
On every level possible. But, boy, are there some shitty James Bond games. Because a lot of them are tie-in movie games.
Yeah, movie games have that feel.
And
although
they
Goldeneye
all suck.
Played the fuck out of Goldeneye.
Yeah.
Man, did I waste
And they made a
hours of my life
sequel,
on
and it
Goldeneye.
sucked. Yeah, they made a sequel to Goldeneye in, like, name only.
Like GoldenEye 2 type of thing.
Yeah, it was like GoldenEye 2 Rogue Agent, and it was terrible.
Yeah, no, I don't think I played that.
I did.
But,
it's not good.
I played GoldenEye. I played some of the ones for Sony, like PS1.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, there was PS2 was Nightfire, but I'm trying to think of like
PS1. I think
there was a racing Bond game.
Yeah, there was that. I think PS1 might have been.
I think Tomorrow Never Dies was on PS1.
Yeah, which would have been because GoldenEye was 64. Tomorrow Never Dies would have been PS1. Maybe The World Is Not Enough had theirs.
I think so.
On PS1.
There was a while where like they would just make Bond games because EA had, I think it was EA.
Yeah.
Yeah, EA had the license, and as we know, if EA has a license to make something,
they're gonna do
they will. And
they weren't horrible. I like playing.
They
them
started off really well, and then they kind of just started to turn
falling,
really bad.
right.
But yeah, I'm trying to remember like all the Bond games, but I'm like, I think I've played most of them. Is there a list on that list of stuff?
I can look one up.
See, he clicks stuff and it comes up with Google. I click stuff and it gives me an IGN search. Who the fuck searches IGN for anything? At least in terms of not an actual article. We kind of use IGN for a good chunk of our articles. Actually, every article except for one this week was from IGN. That is a big-ass list.
Yeah.
Okay, so start with, like, GoldenEye, because anything else before that's going to suck.
Yeah, like, they had ones for in the 80s.
Yeah,
I'll just say this. The first one, 1982, shaken but not stirred.
What was it on?
If I... text-based adventure video game developed and published by Richard Shepherd Software and released in the
bet you
UK.
that game's pretty solid because it's a text adventure game, which is you just pick text and go.
Yeah.
So, but anything else after that probably sucks.
Yeah. So, 97 was Goldeneye.
Amazing.
98 James Bond 007. I don't know what that is.
I don't know what that is either.
Then you had Tomorrow Never Dies.
Played that.
Then you had The World Is Not Enough.
Played that.
Then you had 007 Racing.
Played that. Kind of shitty.
Then you had Agent Under Fire.
That game's good. That game, I like that game.
Yep. Then you had Nightfire.
I played that. It's good.
Everything or Nothing.
That game is terrible.
Yep, it was. Then you had the sequel, Rogue Agent, GoldenEye Rogue Agent.
That game's terrible.
Brings us up to 2004 now.
Yep.
From Russia with Love. Like I said, I'd like to play that game because the movie was fucking incredible.
That game's good.
So going what I was saying.
Yeah.
Potentially Bond 26 remake, whatever.
Yeah.
Her Majesty's Secret Service. I think it's a horrible idea, especially using Craig's character. Could be a good idea, but not for Craig because we already have that.
Remake Moonraker.
No. From Russia with Love.
Oh yeah.
Remake that because I was watching that movie and I was like, oh, it's the second one in the series, right? First one is Dr. No.
Yeah.
Which is like, oh, it took me fucking days to watch that.
I watched 15 minutes of that and had to watch something else.
From Russia with Love, though, I was pulled into it.
Yeah.
I was like, and I was mad watching it because I was like, fuck, man, they made this movie as their second one in this, like, the Bond series, and it just is like, it's really fucking good. The story is very well, like,
it's a sequel, movie, so it's almost better, right?
Yeah, it's a sequel, so it's almost better. And it's a story that is so easily adaptable for now that, like, you have to redo this one. Like, but now you're doing that thing where you're, like, redoing movies. I don't care. Remake From Russia with Love, though. Yeah. Like, because, like, it was so... It shouldn't have been made.
Well, they've already done Casino Royale, like, 3 times, right?
There's twice.
There's the actual one. There's
Craig's, and then there's the other one.
But then there's that, like, unofficial one. The
unofficial one is the other one.
I thought there was another one.
No, they never did an official Casino Royale one.
So you've already done Casino Royale twice. Yeah. So why not make that one
But
twice?
yes, like I would definitely do From Russia with Love.
Okay.
If you're going to remake it. Movie's fucking insane. Yeah. But anyway, so From Russia with Love came out in 2005. And then we jumped to Quantum of Solace. I guess Casino Royale didn't get a game.
No, it didn't. That game is awful. I've played that.
Yes. Not good.
Movie sucks. Game sucks.
Then you jump to GoldenEye 007. And then you jump to James Bond 007 Bloodstone.
I think that's a card game.
And then you jump to 007 Legends, which came out in 2012.
Dude, I want to play that.
Yeah, I want to look into it.
Yeah, me too. I wonder if it's on the PlayStation Store. I'm going to look.
I'm going to look into this James Bond. Because they got it on here twice, James Bond 007.
Is it a re-release? That would be
James Bond 007 was a Game Boy. Oh, this one was for Game Boy, so it's probably more like GoldenEye, but for Game Boy.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because it came out around the same time.
Oh, okay.
And then this one down here, which is GoldenEye 007, is a 2010 first-person shooter video game developed by Eurocom and published by Activision for the Wii. So it was the Wii one.
Oh, okay.
It is a modern re-imaging of the 95 GoldenEye. It's actually GoldenEye 007 is a re-imaging of GoldenEye, but done on the Wii.
I remember this now.
And then Legends, I want to play this.
What's it out? Is it on PS4? I would imagine so, right?
No, it's not.
Really?
PS3. Came out in 2012.
Okay, yeah.
So it's PS3, Xbox 360, Microsoft, and Wii U. So we'd have to fucking set up the PS3 to play this game.
PS3 is still set up. I have never unplugged it.
Mine's upstairs. It's still set up too. But I would just have to play it up there.
Oh god, can you imagine turning on the PS3s now? I wonder how many updates there is.
I use mine for Netflix. So
I haven't turned mine on in months.
I use mine for Netflix upstairs, so mine's up to date.
I haven't turned it on since I bought Kingdom Hearts, the remastered of the other ones, when they released on PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
So it's been a while. Damn, I was hoping they were on PS4. I could just go into the store.
Yeah, I was hoping too. Like they should remaster that. Put it on.
Don't even remaster. Just put the code on the damn store. You don't need to remaster nothing. What are we at?
104.
Yeah, we'll call it.
Yeah.
So I'd like to thank you for listening to this week's podcast. Please comment, like, follow, subscribe. We are on YouTube. We are on iTunes. You can listen to the audio version of this if you don't want to see these lovely mugs. We post the podcast every Wednesday between 10 and 6. Some days I get it up. Some days it takes a little bit longer. This week, oh my God, it was a challenge because I'll just tell you guys this now. It wouldn't render. I couldn't get the audio. I couldn't get the video. And when I did get it all together, it wouldn't mix. And then when I did, it cut out at 47 minutes. And then when I did it again, it cut out at half an hour. I had lost 17 minutes. And then I got really mad, so I had to take a break. And I took a break for 2 days. And I finally got it up Wednesday. So I apologize for that. This week's will be up Monday. Also this week, we will have up I'm going to put up the second part of the Layers of Fear.
Yeah, put it right up with the next one.
And then Friday, I will put up the commentary. We did a commentary for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 90s first movie. So that commentary will go up. And then the following Monday, I will put up... Actually, you know what? I'm going to put, as well as the commentary, I'm going to put up the Turtles unboxing we just shot. We unboxed the NECA quarter-inch scale Leonardo figure. It's like a 9-minute video, probably. So I'll just put that up as well as the commentary so you guys can see that as well. And then after that, I'm not sure. We have a bunch of Let's Plays to put up. We'll just go from there.
Yeah.
But again, thank you. We're on everything. You can find us all everywhere. I'll put up the links here. Easily accessible. Please comment, like, follow, subscribe. We are Talking Bull. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
See you.